So I had a great weekend. I had family in town and we did everything all around town. And the day before they left, I put my Char-Griller Gravity 980 to good use. But it's very dirty. And now we have to clean it, the not so fun part. But I'm gonna show you how to take it apart, get it clean, and get it ready for the next cook. Let's go. Hey good people, welcome back to BKC Cooks. I'm Brandon Carpenter and today we're cleaning the Char-Griller Gravity 980. So the Gravity 980 is a gravity-fed, charcoal-fueled grill slash smoker. And it is my favorite thing to cook on. Makes life really easy, makes cooking very simple, and the results are just absolutely fantastic. So I had family in over the weekend and I cooked all kinds of stuff on this grill. I did ribs, I did sausages, hamburgers, I did corn, I did jerk chicken, you name it. I did a little bit of everything. And needless to say, it needs a good cleaning. It's pretty dirty. Anytime you're gonna have all that going on, you got a mess to clean up. And so this is the not so fun part, but it has to be done. I'm not looking forward to it. Nobody ever does. And again, you know, I show you all the fun stuff, all the good times, but I think it's important to show you that this stuff has to be maintained, kept clean, so that it will work properly. Again, I'm never looking forward to this task. I think none of you are either, but I say we crack a beer, light a cigar, and let's get into this. So I'll show you what it's looking like, take you through the whole process, and show you what it looks like when it's all cleaned up. Let's get to it. Step one. Might as well have a little fun while you're doing it. Yes, sir. I really don't feel like cleaning this grill. I need an assistant. My son's at school. The dog doesn't have thumbs, so I guess it's just on me. Let's take a look. Yeah, she nasty. Especially down here. So it's greasy, there's baked on stuff. I know there's grease all along here. It's the normal stuff. But I have a plan. And I'll show you what I'm gonna use, what I'm gonna do, and we'll get this thing cleaned up. It shouldn't take long. All right, so my plan is I'm gonna take all of the racks and grates out first. They're enamel coated, and they're pretty small, all things considered, because they made them in sections to make them easy to work with. So I'm gonna take these in the house. I'm gonna spray them first. I found this product. It's called CitruSafe. It's a barbecue grill cleaner, all natural type deal, made with citrus oils and other natural stuff, I suppose. But I'm gonna spray these down, let them soak. And the grates and the rack, I'm just gonna wash in the sink, scrub them, wash them, rinse them. Again, they are enamel coated. These aren't just raw naked iron, so you don't have to worry about them rusting up or anything like that. But there's all the more reason to keep them washed and keep them clean. You don't want your enamel to be eaten away or compromised. So I'm gonna take those out, get them washed in the sink. Now the big piece, forgive me for not knowing the proper name, but it looks like a diffuser. That is pretty crusty. So I'm gonna spray it down with this stuff. I'm gonna let it soak. I'm gonna scrub it out here because it's pretty big. So I got a bucket of water and I've got a scrub pad that came with this CitruSafe cleaner. I'm going to soak that, scrub it, rinse it out down here. And then I'm gonna get into the actual barrel of it, make sure there's not too much junk or debris left in there. And any other gunk or filth I can find, I'm gonna get it out of there. And let's talk about cleaning barbecue grills here for a second. You have a lot of people say, oh, you should never clean a grill. It's flavoring, it's seasoning. Look, y'all, there's a difference between filth and seasoning. Seasoning should not rub off with your fingers. You shouldn't be able to flake seasoning off. That stuff is molecularly bonded. That oil is bonded to that metal during your burn-in or your seasoning process. If you got a filthy grill, you're just filthy. Sorry to tell you. There is no excuse for that. You stand a chance of disease, anything else happening, and overall, it's just nasty. It's not necessary. And with a piece of equipment like this, it's designed to operate a certain way. And if you have stuff clogging up things or things are inhibited in any way, it's not going to perform the way it was designed. So keep your grills clean, especially this one, and you'll enjoy them a lot more. If you keep things clean, keep things operating correctly, these things will work for you for years and years. Just takes a little TLC, a little care, and everybody will be happy. So let's get these grates out. We'll get to scrubbing, and let's see if we find anything crazy. Fingers crossed, I hope we don't. Yeah, so this is the part that's really crusty and nasty. Stuff is cooked on, baked on. This is what I'm talking about when I say you gotta clean this stuff. You got all this grease here in this channel. Like, why would you not clean all this out? People talking about, oh, that's flavor. Nah, sorry champ, that's filth. And we're gonna get it all out of there. This channel right here is really greasy. So I'm actually gonna clean this first because I'm gonna be leaning in here and I don't wanna, you're gonna get dirty, but I don't wanna just get absolutely filthy for no reason. And these channels where the racks are resting, I'm gonna clean those as well. And the other thing is I want this stuff to soak. So while it's soaking, I'll be doing something productive. I made up a bucket of water, just plain water, and I'll be using that to rinse my scrubber, and I've got a rag that I'm using. I'll use that to rinse so it's, aiding my process. So let's get scraping on this thing. See all that gunk all that stuff flaking off. This is why you want to clean your grill. There's no way that's going to perform the way it should. And this is from one cook, y'all. Don't get me wrong, I cooked a lot of stuff. But this is from one cook. So you don't want to go cooking a bunch of times, not cleaning this. You know, it's not always going to be this dirty, especially if you're doing, you know, something small. If you're just cooking one item or a few things, yeah, you know, give it a wipe. But I'm doing, like I said, a deep clean because it requires it. So if you see your grill looking like this with all this stuff, get it clean, y'all. So we're gonna take this out now that it's soaking. This stuff is moving around pretty good. I'm gonna take it out and scrub it because I don't think the way it sits in here is gonna be the ideal position for me to scrub it. So I'm gonna pull it out, scrub it, and rinse it off. Messing with my cigar, can have that. So here's the side by side. As you can see, that's a major difference. And it didn't take long. Didn't take long at all. It's nice and smooth, nice and clean. Now I'll do the other side. So just a tip when you're cleaning this enamel is pretty dark. And you can kind of miss something because it kind of blends in. So it's a good idea to kind of look at it at a few different angles. That way you're not missing anything. You don't have any buildup accumulating. So this is ready to rinse and we'll move on to the next step. All right, that's done. I'm gonna put it to the side, let it dry. We'll get started on the inside. Okay, this piece, I call it a collector. It's like a little tunnel where the fan blows the hot air from your charcoal and the smoke into the cooking chamber. And it doesn't look bad at all, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna wipe it down. The outside doesn't look bad. I'm just using my wet rag. That diffuser really catches most of the debris and grease. So this is able to come out pretty clean. But I am gonna take it out and give it a shake. That way any accumulated ash or anything that might be in there, we can get that cleaned up and keep things working the way they should. So that comes right out. There was a little bit of ash in there, but not a whole lot. So this is what we're up against on the inside. So again, Not the worst thing in the world, but there's some debris and stuff in there that I really don't want going on for my next cook. So we're gonna get it wiped out, cleaned out. And there, where the collector sits, there's a little pile of ash, a little piece of coal, things like that. We'll get that cleaned up. And the last thing we'll do is the grease cup. You can see down there that puddle of grease. They designed a sizable grease cup into this cooker, and it's as easy as taking that out, emptying it, and hell, you could even throw it in your dishwasher if you wanted to. So we're gonna get all this cleaned up, and it shouldn't take us much longer. Ugh. This stuff is pretty good. It's cutting right through that grease. Let me give this a quick rinse and get it back on. It came out nice and clean. We'll get it dried off and we'll get it back on the smoker. Well, as you just saw, I decided to do those grates outside. It's such a beautiful day. I already had everything out here, and then I don't have to clean up the mess inside either. So I just used a bucket of water that I had, and it's absolutely black and filthy. Matter of fact, I'm going to show it to you. That'll let you know when you're not cleaning your grill, this is what you're eating. So, do you want that in or around your food? I don't. Clean your grill, people. All right, everything is cleaned up. Gonna get everything put back together. We'll do a final wipe down on the outside, get it covered up, and be done. Well, I call it the collector. I'm not sure if that's the proper term, but that goes back in first. I love the way that Char-Griller put these handles on either side. That makes it so much easier to get this in and out of there and maneuver it how it's supposed to be. All right. Diffuser goes in next. Grass there. And our racks came out nice and clean, as you can see. They're still enameled. Didn't take anything off when I cleaned it. And the last part is the warming rack. Oh, well. Again, nice and clean. Still enameled, not ruined. good. I'm gonna give the top a quick wipe around the edges. Any accumulated grease. And I do believe she's clean. So the last thing we're gonna do is get a fresh towel, get some all-purpose cleaner, wipe off the outside, and then we'll get it covered up. Here it is, nice and clean. That's how it should look after you're done cleaning it. All the gunk and grease and all that stuff is gone. Beautiful, clean, and ready for your next cook. So we're gonna get it covered up and we'll be all done. I highly recommend getting a cover for these. Just because there's so much going on. You have electronics, you have the hopper that your charcoal goes into. It's not something you really want to be left out in the elements, especially water. And these custom covers that you can get from Char-Griller, they really protect it really well. They do the job. So if you're going to invest in one of these, spend a few more bucks and get the cover. So that's it, we're done. This didn't take as long as I thought it would. It wasn't nearly as much of a pain in the butt as I thought it would be. But I'm glad I did it. I had a great day. I'm glad I got it out of the way. That way, when I'm ready for my next cook, all I gotta do is light it, turn on my controller, and cook. So I thank y'all for watching. As always, do me a favor, smash that bell, smash that subscribe button. That way you're notified when I have new content coming out. And I thank y'all for watching, and I wish good eating to y'all. Take care.